So, quick video on how I plant my seed starters, seedlings, into the next container size. These are half-gallon grow bags. I've used solo cups for a long time. Don't like the drainage in them. It's inconsistent. If you don't poke the holes perfect every single time. Also, you know, if you don't get a chance to up pot it to your 2-gallon, 3-gallon, 5-gallon, if you're not able to get to it right away when they're ready, they get root bound really easy. These are very flexible. So far, I've been falling in love with them. Let's get to the products. So,
you want this?
Yeah, I'll come in right now in just a second. Soil is Fox Farms. Really like this, especially for indoor growing. Gotten rid of a lot of the pests using this stuff. One bag of this, and then I like to use 50-50 on the perlite now. Fortunately, I'm out of big bags. So in this mix that I do the outrageously fast time lapse that you guys are gonna see is I guess probably a quarter perlite to a bag of the Coco mix from Fox Farms. So that's the dirt. Just throw it in a bin. You gotta wet it. I get it pretty moist. It's just easier to plant the Rockwool cubes when the soil is wet. So that takes care of the soil. I like to use these bins. You can get them at Depot or Lowe's. They're just, you know, concrete mixing bins. If you get them and you decide to grow indoors, probably not as crazy as this, but if you do end up setting up a light, this is just nice for doing all kinds of tasks. Bottom feeding, mixing soil, dragging it around while you're trimming the plants. It works out pretty sweet. So I fill the bags. I leave about, you know, most people's fingers are about, you know, the same. So I'd say half an index finger. I dig out enough for the Rockwool cube, and then that powder there, even though it has mycorrhizal in that Fox Farm soil, I do add additional mycorrhizal right in the hole where I'm going to plant this. This mycorrhizal, you can think of it as a symbiotic relationship with the root system. This will grow along with the plant, and it really is just it absorbs nutrients from the rest of the soil, and then the plant's able to take it from that. Long story short, it just helps it grow better. So I throw a teaspoon in each one of these. I tend to pour a little bit on the heavy, but the plants like it, so it doesn't matter. You could probably even use more. You could probably use less and probably work just as effective. Go ahead and bust out the Rockwool cubes, set them in the bags, get them well setted. If you are using Rockwool cubes, ideally you want to kind of cover the top of the cube. I don't worry about it too much. If you notice on the time lapse, more than anything, I try to get it set and the soil kind of finger compacted, not too crazy around it, because this, when you go inside, you have to worry about pests. You wouldn't think so, but you do. You can get this on Amazon. Someday, this YouTube thing works out, I'll go back to this video and I'll link all of this stuff like everyone else does. But rice holes. So if you leave a good ½ inch or so of this on top, yes, it helps with the moisture and all that stuff, but the pests, that's the biggest things. So if you have this on top, you don't have to worry about bugs, you know, laying, you know, their eggs in the dirt and dealing with that drama as much. You still sometimes do. Pests will be another video if I keep making these. Little tidbit, I order ladybugs. like 1,500 of them, probably every month and a half. And it's about time to probably order again, but they are all over in here. And they're awesome though. So they eat anything that's trying to eat the plants. So it works out pretty good. So let's see. We covered the dirt, covered the bags. Make the hole, put the mycorrhizal in the hole. It's gonna help it grow bigger, faster. Put the rice holes on the top. You'll see in the time lapse that I'm gonna somehow splice together with this quick little intro. And then afterwards you will be left with a bunch of these. Oh, the tags. You will need tags unless you are planting one species. I have a ridiculous amount of different types of peppers. These are habanadas. Habanero is hands down my favorite pepper. But my wife doesn't like the heat very much. So this is a habanero with no heat. Habanada. Great play on words, whoever came up with that. So we're growing these. These are cool. Put your tags in there. And then you'll see that this is wet. You gotta water it in. For the small bags like this, for the first week or two, I like to use the sprayer. This is a little pump sprayer. It's pretty great. It's like 12 bucks at Harbor Freight. If you're in the States, I feel like Harbor Freight is just about everywhere. I come from California. We had Harbor Freight. I moved across the country. Now in South Carolina, they have Harbor Freight. Harbor Freight's great. So this is perfect for this. And then at some point, as they get a little bit larger, they get a little thirstier, and that is no longer effective. Then you can go ahead and bump up to, you know, oh, there's a little ladybug. Hey. Go to the tomatoes. There we go. Bump up to this, and then if your hobby turns into a insane obsession, then comment below and ask me to do a quick video on the water system. Actually, how I set this up with a pump I can flip on with a switch, and water with a water hose.